All right, welcome back to PC Building Simulator. This is the Free Build Extreme content series. This is episode 2. In episode 1, we built this. This is the ultimate 8K gaming machine. We built it inside of the ridiculous Colink Big Chungus, and it's featuring a Ryzen 9 5950X, 2 RTX 3090s running in SLI. We've got water cooling on the CPU. It's all tied together with the MSI Meg X570 Godlike, just a ridiculous motherboard. So a completely over-the-top, insane PC we built in episode 1. So be sure, if you haven't seen that, go back and check it out. But today we're going to do something pretty different from that. It's still going to be powerful, but it's not going to be a big Chungus by any means. It's going to be a little Chungus. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's going to be built in a small form factor case, under cases. The Ryzen Tech Ophion. I believe it's Ryzen Tech, not Ryzen Tech. I've been saying it wrong. So we've got the Ophion and the Ophion Evo. The Ophion Evo is a little bit taller and would maybe accommodate like a radiator or something like that, or a little more cooling, bigger fans, that kind of thing. But we're going to go as small as we can go. So we're going to go with the Ryzen Tech Ophion for the case. So we are going to pack big power into a small package today. So this is an interesting motherboard. We've got motherboard. This is an interesting case. We've got glass side panels on both sides, and it's got an inverted layout. So we're actually going to put everything together over on this side for the most part. So we can start off with our motherboard, and we are going to go with the Z490i Unify from MSI. And it's gonna install like this. So upside down, it's a little strange. You can see the IO here, upside down. It's a little weird, but it works. And for the CPU, we are locked in here with the LGA 1200 socket. So that means we're doing 10th gen Intel, and we're gonna go with the tippity top of 10th gen Intel, which is the Core i9 10900K, 10 cores, 20 threads, and clocked at a ridiculous 5.3 gigahertz. Crazy, just crazy speed. And yeah, so let's get some storage going in here. We've got a single M.2 slot on this board, but it does accommodate a little bit thicker M.2s. Some of the other motherboards won't let you slot in some of these thicker ones, like with these dedicated heat sinks on it. So we're gonna take the chance. We're gonna take advantage of it here and put in the Patriot Viper VP4100 M.2 2 terabyte SSD. So we'll slot that in there real easy and close her up. So already looking pretty capable here. Let's open up our memory slots here, and we're gonna put in a couple sticks of Corsair's Vengeance RGB Pro in black. I'm gonna go with 8 gig, 3600 megahertz. Of course, there's faster for sure. 3600 megahertz is like kind of a more like realistic, I guess, speed without spending a ton of money. So I'm trying to do something that's very powerful, but not completely like over the top and like unobtainable. Who am I kidding? This is gonna have things in it that are unobtainable. We'll get to it. Just wait. We'll get there. Okay, let's get some thermal paste put on our CPU. Bloop, just like that. For cooling, we're gonna be a little limited on CPU coolers in this case because we don't have much room. We don't have much height to put a CPU cooler. So you're not gonna see any tower coolers in here. We could passively cool it. We could be completely insane. In fact, actually, I tried it just to see. You can get away with it. I think it tops out at like 98 degrees C. Which is crazy. Though I will be honest, spoiler alert, none of these fans are gonna do a nice job cooling this chip at 5.3 gigahertz again. So it's gonna be a toasty build, that's for sure. But we're gonna go with the CryoRig C7 RGB. 1, because it's cool. 2, because it was just introduced in the last update of PC Building Simulator, the version 1.10 update, and it's pretty. We always had the C7 from CryoRig, but now we have the RGB version, so I want to put it in the build because it's cool. I should also set up my cabling. Oh wait, I already did. We're gonna go for like a black and purple theme. So I've got purple cabling set. So once we get our power supply in, we'll see some of that actually show up. So let's do that. Let's jump into power supply. So what's interesting about this case, when it comes to the power supplies, usually small form factor cases in the game, they use SFX power supplies, like most of them. But this one, weirdly, uses a standard ATX size power supply, which is like great for compatibility, but like not great for room. But it's okay, it fits. It's just a little bit insane because it's as big as the motherboard. But I don't know, that's just the way this case is apparently. I'm actually very surprised they didn't go with SFX for that. They do exist in the game and they work great and everything's awesome there, but yeah, this case did not choose them. So we're gonna go with the 850 watt from AData, specifically the core reactor. 850 watts. So 850 watts will be good. That'll give us plenty of juice for what we're doing with our 10900K. And then the beefy graphics card that we're going to put in this as well. There are, I'm kind of jumping around here, but like as far as storage, I had wondered, are there 2.5-inch drive bays anywhere? I'm always looking to try to like put 2.5-inch like, oh, am I like, what? I was like, why? I'm not seeing anything. I'm always trying to like put these RGB ones in everything because they're so cool looking. You can put them in this, I think. Oh, maybe they don't. Maybe it's only in the Evo. Weird. The Evo has like some 2.5-inch. No, that looks like a drive bay. Is there one? Yeah, you can put it right here and no one will see it. I mean, it'll be functional and actually like really functional, but you'll never see it. You'll never know this RGB exists. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna leave it because I guess it'll be our little secret. No one will ever get to see how cool our SSD looks, but it's in there. It's in there. We know it. All right, let's get some case fans set up. So we've got a dust filter up top we can remove. We're gonna check out case fans that were also added in the latest update to PC Building Simulator. They look pretty nice. They're Corsair's IQ QL120 RGB 120 mil PWM fans. So we're gonna go with these. We can get 2 up top, which is nice. I think these are gonna look pretty good. I guess I could probably like help myself out a little bit here. IQ, and we'll do one here. They've also got a white version, which is pretty cool. And then we can actually get one down here, like somehow. I'd say it's a pretty tight squeeze there. I'm not sure if you could do it in real life. Maybe you can. It's a tight squeeze. If I could scooch the motherboard up just a touch, it'd probably be a little better. But it's nice because this one's actually oriented. It's hard to tell because these fans, the back sides of these fans look so nice, you almost don't realize that the backside. It's the nicest thing I've ever said about a fan's backside, right? But this one's actually set to intake, so that's really ideal configuration. We want to intake through the bottom. We get a little bit of gap here with the feet that we could probably get a decent amount of intake. So intake through the bottom, up across the motherboard, fresh air drawn down in the CPU cooler, that's great. And then hot air would be exhausted out the top and have that convection chimney effect to help take it out. So that's pretty good. The power supply setup's kind of interesting because, well, like I said, we got 2 solid glass side panels on this, and they... I mean, this power supply is pretty close to the gap, or to the glass. It's got a little bit of a gap, I guess. It's not so bad, but you know, it's drawing fresh air through this fan. It's drawing fresh air through this fan, and then it's exhausting it out the back of the power supply, which is facing down. So it'd be kind of weird because you really could be pulling in fresh air into the power supply, exhausting out hot air. I mean, I don't know how hot. I mean, you have to really be working the system to get the power supply, you know, cranking hot. But, you know, and you could have some hot air splashing around and getting sucked up into it. So it wouldn't be like the most ideal configuration. It's an interesting layout for a case in general. But I don't know. Something to be aware of. It'd be kind of fun to, like, you know, in real life, like thermal test that, or I don't know, something. But anyway, so we're good on fans there. This supports 3 120 mil fans. By the hair of our chinny chin chin, it fits in the bottom. So we've got everything here except for our graphics card, which you probably figured out is not going to fit over here anywhere. No, definitely not. So it's going to go around the back, and it's going to be connected with the PCIe riser cable. So we'll take out our 2 covers there, and then with the graphics card, this is where I hinted at, you can't build this computer because you can't buy RTX 3080s to save your life. I mean, you kind of can, but it's pretty hard. So, but we can do it in the game because, you know, supply chains aren't an issue, which is great. We're going to go with the EVGA RTX 3080 for the Win 3 Ultra Gaming. It was just added also in the latest version of PC Building Simulator 1.10. We got a bunch. We got 3080s for the first time, which is super exciting. So we got Founders, we've got Colorful, we got EVGAs for the Win, as well as the XC3 Ultra. We've got some from Colorful. We also got some more 3090s. Lots of good stuff. But we're going to do the For the Win 3 because it's pretty cool looking. It's kind of a controversial card. Like when it first got shown, people were like real upset about the red lips, as a lot of people called it on the end here. It's like a weird like rubber trim insert thing. And EVGA, actually, I think it's black now, or you can like get a black insert or something, but this has kind of gone away, sort of. But yeah, I get why it's kind of polarizing. It is a little bit ridiculous. Like it's pretty good at like clashing with your theme. Like it's not really fitting with the whole black and purple theme, I gotta be honest. But it is a cool graphics card, and it's got a pretty cool RGB on it. So let's go ahead and power it all up. Wow, beautiful. And we can get our, I guess I'll go ahead and get the OS installed, and I'll get some programs set up so we can do a little bit of benchmarking. We can set up the RGB. It's already set purple for me. That's amazing. It's like it knew what I wanted. All right, so we got some stuff installed here. Also ran 3D Mark, got a 14,968, nearly 15,000. That's a 15,090 on the graphics, and a CPU score of 14,317. So yeah, pretty good there. What's not as good is the CPU temp. We are currently running a OCT stress test, and we are at 96.31 degrees Celsius. Holy moly, that's like stressing me out a little bit, actually. We're not thermal throttling, which is amazing. I don't know if the thermal throttle point for this is at 100 C. That would be my guess. So I guess it's fine. Honestly, there's really not coolers that fit in this chassis that can do a whole lot better in the game. So it is what it is. 96 C is going to be, I guess, our life if we're in a stress test. So there you go. Let's get our RGB set up, though. I said we're going black and purple, right? So what do we think? Just lock them all purple? Ooh. That's pretty cool. See, the For the Win 3 card in real life is really cool because it has addressable RGB LEDs that go all the way along this piece here. And so it's cool because it can like rainbow across the entire card. Pretty cool. It's very pretty in real life. It looks good here, though. I like the solid purple. I actually kind of like the matte finish that we're seeing on it, too. So overall, actually, this looks pretty nice. I think black and purple is a pretty good theme. I guess I never introduced myself earlier, but I'm JVN. I run the YouTube channel JVN Gaming, and I play a lot of PC Building Simulator. And so if you want to see more PC Building Simulator videos outside of the ones I'm doing here, go ahead and follow me if you'd like. The link is down in the description to see my channel. But there you go. This has been episode 2 of Free Build Extreme, and it's packing a whole bunch of power into a small chassis. So building inside the Ryzen Tech Ophion using the MSI Meg Z490 Unify. We've got a 10900K for our CPU and EVGA's For the Win 3 RTX 3080. Very capable build that you could pick up and take with you to a friend's house pretty easily. Put it in your backpack. Maybe not that small, but pretty small nonetheless, and a lot of fun to build. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to see more videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to the PC Building Simulator YouTube channel. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya.